Hello, my friends. Wayne G, the Gurmanator. What's up, Chica? So today we're doing Dominick Carter from WABC. This guy, I don't know how this guy has a job. And if I'm Curtis Lee, well, I'm suing his ass for slander. He's talking about Curtis and his wife taking money from the campaign and using it inappropriately. And I don't know how this guy has a job. Let's listen to this is Dominick Carter yesterday. Ready? The day after the election. This guy's wrong on everything, by the way. And he screams at you nonstop, throws you off the air. Here he takes a call from a guy named Tony who wants to have a debate with him. Watch what Carter does here. Listen up.
Hey, line one, White Plains. Tony, what's on your mind?
Yeah, hi, Dominick. I hope I could have a calm conversation with you.
Yeah, Tony. Okay, well, let me do this. I'm 30 seconds from a break.
Okay, he's 30 seconds from a break. Just tell the guy to wait, right? Okay, Tony. And Dominick Carter always says he likes combative phone calls. So tell the guy to wait. You're 30 seconds from a break. Listen how Dominick Carter uses 20 seconds of his bloviating and pontificating, and then he goes back to Tony, and then he yells at him again. This is insanity radio. You ready?
I don't know what makes you think that you got time to sit here and we have a full-blown conversation, but if you want to hold, we can put it on the backside.
Tick-tock,
because
tick-tock.
if you don't, I only have 15 seconds left. So what do you want to do?
No, I mean, I was a Curtis supporter.
Okay.
He jumps down the guy's throat. The guy starts to talk. I was a Curtis supporter. Listen up here.
Okay, so you're not listening to a word that I just said. Something is wrong with Tony. I just clearly explained it to him, and he just keeps talking. Hey.
You told the guy either fit it in quickly or catch me after the hard break. The guy was talking. What are you upset at, you lunatic? This guy is probably the worst guy in radio. Let's listen.
Come on, Tony. Time for a break. We're coming right back.
Do they play the breaks or they come back? I don't know.
The Dominick Carter Show. Entertaining and...
Okay, so this is after the break, and he comes back and talks about Tony. Ready?
With people, I told Tony to hold on. I didn't want to cheat him out of time. And he went on with his speech and then hung up when I explained to him that I had a hard break in 15 seconds.
The guy didn't hang up. You hung up on him. The guy was talking. You cut him off. What do you mean he hung up? You, Jesus Christ.
Folks, the brakes don't move.
You jumped down Tony's throat for what here? You told him you have a hard break. Just tell Tony, hold on. You gave the mic back to Tony, figuring he had 15 seconds maybe or 10 seconds to talk, and you just exploded all over him, and that was it. The guy, you hung up on him. This is a sick... I don't know how this guy has a job.
I have no option, no choice with that. None. I wish I had more time, but it is what it is. So let's go back to your telephone calls. And I'm trying to pivot away from Mr. Sliwa because what's done?
Yeah, trying to pivot away. You've talked trash about Sliwa for a month or 2 months now. Okay? You've been talking nothing but crap about him. You, Greg Kelly, the rest of the crew, Sid, you all, please.
It's done. I told you folks before the election. I told you what was real, what was not. If it were a normal election, I would have never said a single word about Mr. Sliwa.
Yeah,
I would have pulled punches and said, you know, it is what it is, and that's that. But I tried to warn you what the stakes were. Now, you didn't listen.
Oh, like us New Yorkers, we don't know what the stakes are. We have no idea. We're clueless. Please guide us, Dominick Carter. God.
And now you want to complain. I told you there was no either or. It was either Mamdani or it was Cuomo.
Cuomo couldn't win. Without Sliwa, he loses by minimum 5 points. We just discussed this in the beginning. By 5 points minimum. He wouldn't get all. If Sliwa dropped out, he's getting only a fraction of the Sliwa voters coming to Cuomo. People hate Cuomo. That's what you're not comprehending, Dominick Carter.
Those were the only two options on the table. And Mamdani has already told you what he thinks of all of us. Mr. Smiles, during the entire campaign,
All right, here's the part where Dominic brags about himself. I don't know what it is with this station. These hosts, Sid, Dominic Carter, even Greg Kelly a bit, they really have some egos on this station. This is amazing. People like self-deprecating humor and people that are humble. This is insanity. Listen to this guy. Listen to this mess.
done. And I will tell you this much. Whatever's in the dark shall come to light. I am one of the best political reporters out there.
Are you, Dominic Carter? You're one of the best? I never heard of this guy till he got on the radio last year. Never heard of him. He's one of the best political reporters there is. Okay.
And I am telling you, whatever is in the dark, I'm going to find out and I'm going to bring it to light.
Yeah, okay.
I'm going to say it again. I am one of the best to do this. And whatever's in the dark shall come to light. You can take that to the bank from me. Well, let's go here.
This guy's like a retard. I mean, are we listening to a retard?
Let's see. Let's go to Leo, New Jersey. Leo, what's on your mind?
Come on, Leo.
Yes, hi. I want to let you know that, first of all, leaving New York is not a solution because that's exactly what they want.
So let's see how Dominic deals with a caller who doesn't speak great English and disagrees with him. Watch the temper tantrum.
New Jersey, line 1. Robert, what's on your mind?
Good afternoon, Dominic. Why everybody is forgetting in June when there was primary, everybody was screaming, anybody but Cuomo, anybody but Cuomo. And now you're blaming Sliba for this?
Okay, wait.
Good
Go
point.
back. Say that again. You're talking too fast.
Dominic knows exactly what the guy said. I heard what he said. The guy said when there was a primary in June, everyone was saying anybody but Cuomo. Okay? So Dominic's making believe he doesn't hear the guy now. Yeah. By the way, if you're in the studio, you have the best headphones, everything. You hear everything very clearly.
Yes, I didn't follow you. Make your point again, please.
Yeah, you didn't follow my
There
ass.
was primary in June.
There was a Democrat primary. There was no Republican primary. Nope.
He never said there was a Republican primary. He said there was a primary in June. He never said there was a Republican primary. This is where Dominic gets combative and abusive with people.
Or the Republican wanted to run. Nobody else wanted to be a sacrifice.
No other Republican wanted. He didn't mention the Republican primary. Why are you?
Official land. But go ahead.
He was screaming ABC. Anybody?
Nobody was screaming ABC. You're talking about Daddy. ABC was Daddy, Mario Cuomo. Nobody was saying that.
No, they were. Nobody wanted Cuomo. People hated Cuomo. So another lie. In the Democrat primary, people hated Cuomo. That's why he went from high to losing to Mandami, because he's hated. That's why.
With this recent primary, maybe you're just mixing up the ABC.
Wow.
It was speculated that Cuomo was going to win, and Mamdani came out of nowhere because Cuomo ran a Rose Garden strategy, which was a huge mistake. It was damn near 105 degrees that day of the primary, and he had his clock clean.
It was 102 degrees that day, not 105, you sick liar. Everyone knows the weather that day. We've talked about it. It was 102. This guy.
What is your point, Robert?
My point is that you want to reward Cuomo with quite his votes.
I can't understand. Are you guys understanding what he's
I am. Stop being mean to the guy. How about being nice to people?
saying? I can't understand a word that he's saying. Okay, I'm sorry, Robert. Let's go to John, line 4, Suffolk County on Curtis Lee. Well, John, what's on your mind?
How you doing? I just think you're being a little naive, believing that if Curtis Lewa wasn't it.
Okay, so I don't know what's going to happen here, but you challenge Dominic Carter. I can guarantee he's going to go nuts on this guy. Let's listen.
That
I'm being naive.
Cuomo would've had
Wait. The election went exactly the way I said it was.
Exactly the way you said it was going to go. You said Cuomo was definitely the next mayor in the Democrat primary. Once he lost that, you said Mandami was the next mayor. And then you went back to Cuomo the last day before the election. Okay? You went back to Cuomo because it was getting tight, right? The polls. So now he's bragging. It went exactly the way I said it, Dominic Carter. I got no words.
going to go, and I'm being naive.
Percent of the Sliwa voters would have went for Cuomo? That's naive to think that that's a possibility.
True.
Zero.
Okay, well, the fact that so then how do you explain people being mad at Mr. Sliwa? Not me. People being mad at him. Why do you explain that?
Nobody's mad at him.
Just because they're mad, that means he was wrong?
The only people mad at Curtis Sliwa right now are the morons in the Cuomo camp at the after party. There were people that were mad. They're looking for excuses for their serial sexual harasser and nipple ring wearer. They're looking for excuses that why their guy Cuomo lost. That's the only people that were mad. No one's mad at Sliwa. If the numbers looked a little different, maybe there would be some people mad at Sliwa. If it showed that definitely Cuomo would have won, if Sliwa, say, got 20% of the vote and that would have helped Cuomo, then you could see some people being mad. But that wasn't the case here.
You're also being just disingenuous with the numbers. Cuomo didn't have 43%. He had 41%. So
True.
even if you add the
True.
7% from Sliwa,
That puts him at 48.5. Mamdani had 50. I said that
Why are you yelling? Why is he yelling?
Cuomo was 1.5% behind Mamdani, and with momentum,
Well, that is true. He was 1.5. With the combined numbers, he would have been 1.5%. But you're not getting the combined numbers from Sliwa. You're only getting a fraction of that because people hate Cuomo.
would have pushed Cuomo over the top.
No, it would not have pushed Cuomo over the top, you liar.
I'm not being disingenuous about anything. What are you talking about?
You're being a sick liar.
when you say he had 43% and he only had 41, that's disingenuous.
True.
Okay, well, I don't know what you're referring to, but the bottom line is this: if you add up the numbers, right, Cuomo would have been 1.5% behind Mamdani.
That's true.
And with that momentum, it would have propelled him to victory.
No. If you're taking all of the Sliwa voters and giving it to Cuomo, but you're not ever getting that. The reason they're still with Sliwa, after this onslaught of campaign for everyone to leave Sliwa, the reason they're still with Sliwa because they have love for Sliwa. They respect him as a man. They respect what he's done for this city for 46 years. They want Sliwa. They're voting on principle. They're not. Most of those people are not going to Cuomo. Maybe 2%. So momentum, my ass, Dominick Carter. You're clueless, Mister. I'm the best political reporter around. Yeah. Okay. Oh my God.
Now you're going to tell me that's wrong?
Yeah, dead
Yes,
wrong.
Because you're assuming 100% of the people for Curtis would have won for Cuomo.
Right.
Okay, wait. Do you think they would have voted for the Sliwa supporters? You think they would have voted for Mamdani?
They wouldn't have voted. They wouldn't vote Mandami. They would have stayed home.
No, they wouldn't have voted.
Okay,
Thank
they
you.
wouldn't have voted. But it still would have greatly closed the. See, you're still in denial.
Boy, this guy, you throw some facts at his way, this guy gets all flustered. It would have still greatly, you're doing this, you're doing that.
You still don't
You're in denial, he's saying.
want to admit the damage that Mr. Sliwa did.
What damage? Can someone explain to me the damage here? What damage? The numbers don't work. Mandami's your mayor either way. Where's the damage? Somebody help me here.
So you're one of those, John, that thought he could win the election?
No, absolutely not. I don't think he's the result of the election right now either, though.
Okay, well then, John, why did no other Republican run?
It doesn't matter why no other Republican won. Here he is going to slander Sliwa again. Sliwa was the choice, okay? And it's a very, very, very hard election to win. It's almost impossible. Okay? But this guy's trying to hammer it home like Sliwa's some sort of desperado.
But because it's New York, because they didn't think they had a chance.
Right.
Right.
Thank you.
Nobody else wanted to be the sacrificial lamb. See, listen,
Now,
I'm trying
mind you, out of the last, let me do the math here. Out of the last 32 years, 31 years, 32 years now, for the mayor of New York, there's been a Republican in office for 20 of those years. Do you realize that? For 20 of those years, there's been a Republican in mayor. Bloomberg ran as a Republican. He did 12 years. Giuliani did 8 years, okay? That's 20 out of the last 32 years. There's been a Republican in that seat. And I don't want to hear Bloomberg's not a Republican. We get it. But he ran as a Republican. The same way Sliwa and Cuomo was an independent. All right, let's continue on.
to say, man, and I'm trying to pull back from Mr. Sliwa here. There's a time for a jokester, and then there's a time to be serious. This was not a time for Curtis and his antics. This was not the time for it. There's a time to say, Ryan, it's a joke, and you make your little talking points and get on the debate stage and have your supporters.
Boy, this guy really hates Curtis, man. Really hates Curtis. You know what it is? Curtis is very talented. Curtis is a great radio voice. He's very entertaining. He knows all about New York. He's funny. He's self-deprecating. He's got all the word salad things going there. All the, the capo de tutti capo. He's funny. This guy's got no talent, and this guy hates it. He loathes Curtis because he has no talent, this guy.
Out there, this was not the time for that. This was not the time for that. And so thank you for the call, John. Instead, we have now Mayor Mamdani. Let's go to the Ten Over Towers Foundation final thoughts of the day. Debbie Lovato just reminded me of a point I made earlier in the program, and Debbie is correct. She says, hello. The Curtis people in Staten Island voted Cuomo.
Yeah, they voted Cuomo. I think they doubled the Sliwa vote in Staten Island. Again, because this station and many other people had a nonstop campaign to suck votes away from Sliwa. Okay? In a normal race, you think Sliwa was going to lose to Cuomo with the Staten Island vote? No. You guys had a campaign against Sliwa and for Cuomo, and you tried to put lipstick on the pig, and it wasn't working. Cuomo was a pig. There's no way you're going to pull him across this finish line because he's hated. God.
And he won here. Tell your callers that. Debbie is correct. Andrew Cuomo carried Staten Island.
So what? So
the
what?
People of Staten Island said, not on our watch. We're not putting this Mamdani guy in the city hall. They held it.
Yeah, great job, Staten Island. And great job, everyone who left Curtis. It wouldn't have mattered. This is one thing I said from day one. One thing I got wrong in this election was I didn't expect Mamdani to get this many votes. I expected 700,000 tops. He got maybe 1 million. Okay? So he wasn't going to get beat this time. Yeah.
Their nose and did the right thing and voted for Andrew Cuomo. But guess who came in second place on Staten Island? Mamdani. Guess who came in dead last on Staten Island, which is supposed...
Because, this guy acts like they didn't suck away probably 15 to 20% of the Sliwa vote by having a campaign against him and for Cuomo. They had Cuomo in the air all the time, pushing Cuomo down everyone's throat. They switched a lot of votes. A lot of people I know switched their vote to Cuomo. A lot.
Supposed to be his base. Curtis Sliwa.
Wow. Crazy.
Well, let's see here. Let's go to Rich.
Crazy.
Pennsylvania.
Crazy.
Rich, what's on your mind?
Thanks, Dominic. Dominic, I'm in Pennsylvania because I'm economically separated from my wife and family. I couldn't run my business in New York City. But
okay, too much information, Rich. We don't need to know all of that. Get to your point, please.
The point I'm making is that down in the city, my family, my next door neighbor's family, the other people in my building, the guys across the street.
Rich, the last time, get to the point.
We all switched our votes to Cuomo because we knew that Curtis couldn't win.
No, you switched your votes to Cuomo because the station had a nonstop campaign and other people had a nonstop campaign to switch their votes. Okay, that's why you switched your votes. That's why Curtis did not do well. He did 5%, did not do well in Staten Island because everyone left Cuomo. Now to make fun of Sliwa for getting a low vote total is really disingenuous. That's what Dominick Carter and others are doing. Sid is doing the same thing. I made a video earlier about him. These people are disgusting. They're liars and they're disingenuous.
For weeks we were begging for Curtis to drop out.
Wouldn't matter.
Would have had the momentum.
Wouldn't matter.
He would have won that if Curtis.
No. Momentum, my ass.
That speech that guy gave, I saw as a cry to taking it to the street.
To the point.
Hey, Dominic, you've been really consistent from the beginning about your position with Curtis, not running, and the reasons are very clear. However, the day before the election and the day of the election, I heard something different coming from you, and I trust you. I trust what you say.
I trust
your judgment. You said something you had not said up until that point.
What the hell is wrong with you? You trust this guy? You got to be kidding me.
You said that Curtis was incompetent. You said he was not qualified to be
I didn't say he was.
You did say he was incompetent. I heard that.
Incompetent. I said he was not qualified.
You said both.
You said, okay, not qualified. I hadn't heard that before, like from you. I hadn't heard.
Because what I was trying to say, Jackie, is that in another city, then yes, we could overlook the fact that he didn't have the qualifications.
What do you mean he doesn't have the qualifications? Let me explain something, people. Mayor de Blasio was mayor, right? The guy supposedly had, and he destroyed the city. Okay, it's being a mayor is just being like a TV talk show host, right? All you do is assign people that have great expertise. You pick a great police commissioner, you pick a great fire department chief, you pick all great people to run their things, and it's like being the manager of a football team. Not that hard. I could be the mayor of New York City tomorrow and do a great job. You know how I do it? I say, Rudy Giuliani, come here. I want you to help me pick out everyone here. This guy, come here. If I know Donald Trump, this is how you make. It's very simple. How is Curtis, who ran the Guardian Angels, they're in like 137 countries, he ran that for 46 years. He has no organization skills, nothing. He doesn't have contacts in 46 years. To say he's not qualified is another disgusting lie. And you're a disgusting human being, Dominick Carter. Disgusting.
And so you have to understand, I have to take my love of Mr. Sliwa and I have to put that in the closet somewhere.
With love like that, baby, you don't need much else.
To be professional.
You got a lot of love.
So what can I judge him on? He ran the Guardian Angels. They can't raise money in New York State anymore because of financial irregularities.
Give me a break. Give me a break. Give me a break.
That's his claim to fame. That's it.
That's it. They're in 137 countries, the Guardian Angels. That's his claim to fame. Fighting crime for 46 years, right? A great radio host for many years. He's been on the radio for decades. Yep. That's it, right, Dominick? Nothing. No accomplishments. I love people like this. It's amazing.
And so how can I say he's qualified?
Why did you feel that you shouldn't say that from the beginning?
That's a great question, Jackie, because I was pulling punches. I was trying my best to help him. And that's why I went on the air
help him.
Day after day and said, don't listen to me, ignore my advice, give him money. So, Jackie, I'm being honest with you. The pit bull that I normally am, I pulled all my punches because I was trying my best.
Pulled your punches. You've been vicious. You've been ugly. You've accused his wife and campaign of taking money illegally on the campaign trail. Where's the money? That's something we didn't hear here today for some reason. So give me a break, you pulled punches, you piece of garbage. You've slandered Curtis Sliwa severely here.
Yes. Everything in my power to help Curtis Sliwa, including having him on, even though I know it went against my better judgment. But Jackie, that's a great. I'll give you the final say. Gracie, I apologize. I'm out of time. Quickly, Jackie, go ahead.
You have a good heart. A lot of us did the same thing. Thank you.
Wow. Okay. Well, thank you. And folks, I did my best. Day after day, week after week, I tried my best to get him not to run, but I pulled punches constantly to benefit Curtis Sliwa.
Wow.
If I didn't like Curtis Sliwa, I would have destroyed his campaign on day one.
Oh, you would have destroyed it. Yeah, you're so powerful, Dominick Carter. You're a really powerful guy. Most people have no clue who you are.
I've done it to many other candidates.
Oh, you've destroyed many candidates. I haven't heard of this guy till he was on the radio the last year, maybe. Is this guy kidding me? Where do these egos come from? This guy and Sid, it's amazing.
Believe me, I know how to do it. Folks, all it takes is $11 a month. Donate
All right, that's it. All right, I'm done. We went way too long here anyway. Sorry about that. But this is my Dominick Carter video breaking down what a piece POS this guy is. What a piece of garbage. Anyway, have a great day. Love yous all. Bye.